Ladies and gentlemen, let me talk to you for a second. Let him doubt, let him wonder, let him regret. See, there comes a moment in every woman's life where she got to stop explaining herself to a man who never really saw her value in the first place. You've been crying, stressing, asking yourself, what more could I have done? Baby, listen to me. You did enough. The problem ain't you, it's him not realizing what he had when he had it. Let me say something to the women in the room, and I want you to hear me loud and clear. Your self-worth is not tied to how long you can hold on to somebody who doesn't see you. Your value does not increase by staying in a situation where you are tolerated instead of celebrated. A man that truly wants you, truly values you, will never have you questioning whether you're enough. But the moment you feel like you begging to be seen, to be loved, to be chosen, you already know something is off. Now, I know, it's easy to get caught up in trying to fix it. You say to yourself, maybe if I give him time, maybe if I try harder, maybe if I love him through it, he'll change. But baby, love don't fix what a man refuses to see. You can give and pour and bend and stretch, but if he ain't got the eyes to see the queen standing in front of him, you wasting your royalty on somebody who doesn't deserve the crown. Let me tell you how this works. When a man knows what he has, he moves different. He don't leave you guessing. He don't leave you hanging while he figures out if you're the one. A man who wants you will show you. But when he don't, when he keeps you confused, when you find yourself begging for clarity, chasing after crumbs of attention, waiting on him to realize your worth, that's when it's time to stop and ask yourself, why am I lowering myself to be loved? Because here's the truth, and it might hurt, but it'll heal you. Begging for love makes you forget who you are. It chips away at your confidence, your joy, your power. You lose your glow. You start apologizing for being too emotional, too loving, too available, when all you did was give your heart to someone who didn't know how to hold it. And I'm telling you, sis, you ain't got to prove your worth to a man by staying. You prove it by walking away with your head high, walking away when your heart's still attached, but your spirit says enough. That's where your strength lives, not in holding on, but in letting go with dignity. Dignity is quiet. Dignity doesn't scream. It doesn't beg. It doesn't chase. Dignity says, I deserve more than this confusion. I deserve more than half love. I deserve to be chosen without condition. See, the world will have you thinking that being a good woman means staying loyal no matter what. But let me flip that script. Being a good woman means knowing when your loyalty is being abused. It means knowing when to leave the table when love is no longer being served. Staying when you're not respected. That ain't loyalty. Maybe that's self-betrayal. And God didn't make you to betray yourself just to keep someone else comfortable. Now, don't get me wrong. Walking away ain't easy. You'll miss him. You'll cry. You'll wonder if you made a mistake. That's all part of it. But every step you take away from what broke you brings you closer to what will heal you. Because one thing I know is this. When you honor yourself, when you choose yourself, when you stop explaining why you're worthy and just start being worthy, doors open, peace returns, and God steps in. You don't need to scream. You don't need to argue. You don't need to prove. You just need to leave. And watch what happens when you do. The same man who doubted you will be the one wondering how you slipped through his fingers. But you ain't got time for revenge. You too busy glowing, too busy rising, too busy walking in your purpose to look back. So never forget this. Your self-worth is never up for debate. And the moment you stop begging for love and start walking in dignity, that's when you reclaim your power, not by holding on, but by letting go. There's something about absence that hits a man harder than any words ever could. See, when a good woman loves, she gives in full. She loves with her time, her prayers, her energy, her understanding. She sees his potential even when he's lost sight of it himself. She encourages, supports, and sometimes sacrifices more than she should, all because she believes in the man she loves. But that kind of love, that kind of presence, that kind of warmth, it becomes so constant, so dependable that the man starts to treat it like background noise. He stops appreciating it. He starts assuming she'll always be there, always waiting, always forgiving, until she's not. It's a strange thing how someone can be the air you breathe and you don't realize it until you're gasping without them. That's what it feels like when a man wakes up one day and realizes the woman who used to check on him isn't calling anymore. The woman who used to fight for the relationship has gone silent. The one who forgave him too many times, who prayed for him behind closed doors, who smiled through disappointment, she's moved on. And the realization hits like a brick because he didn't see her slipping away. He thought her patience had no expiration date. He thought she would always be there, no matter how many times he put her last. But see, a good woman might stay longer than she should, but once she leaves, she don't look back the same. When she walks away, she's not walking away from just him. She's walking toward herself, toward her healing, toward her peace, toward the version of her that forgot how heavy it felt to carry a man who didn't know how to stand on his own. Now that same man, the one who ignored her, overlooked her, dismissed her, he starts remembering. He remembers the way she laughed when she was happy, the way she always knew when something was wrong, the way she stood by him when everyone else walked away. He scrolls through old messages, listens to her voice notes, checks her social media, trying to find traces of her energy. But all he sees is someone who has reclaimed herself, someone who no longer waits for him to catch up, someone who doesn't shrink herself just to make him feel big. He didn't get it before because he never thought she'd go. That's the thing with a good woman. She gives so much grace that a man starts to believe she'll tolerate anything. He underestimates her until her silence screams louder than her words ever did, until he finds himself talking to his boys saying, man, she really gone. And they look at him like, yeah, brah, you blew it. It's not until she becomes unavailable, unreachable, emotionally and physically, that he starts to understand who he had. That's when the weight of regret sinks in. Not because she stopped loving him, but because she finally started loving herself more. A man who loses a good woman don't feel it the day she walks out the door. No, he feels it when he sees her smile without him, when he sees her laugh from a place of peace, when he sees that she ain't waiting on him no more. And worst of all, she ain't angry. Because when a woman is still mad, she still cares. But when she's indifferent, when she's calm, when she's done explaining, that's when he knows he lost her for real. And here's the part that stings the most. He can't reach her no more. The access is gone. The comfort of her presence, the home in her voice, the softness in her touch, all gone. That man will sit in the silence he created, haunted by the memories he once took for granted. And every what if and should have will echo in his mind while she's out there living the life she prayed for with someone who thanks God for her every day. That's the cost of not recognizing value in the moment. A man never truly realizes the power of a good woman until he can't reach her anymore. There's a point in every woman's journey where she learns that silence is not weakness, it's power. You reach a place where you realize talking, pleading, explaining, and crying only wear you out, while the other person keeps doing the same thing they always do. You've cried, you raised your voice, you've begged for change, for effort, for consistency, for love, and still nothing moved. And one day you just get tired of pouring out emotions to someone who responds with indifference, Tired of breaking your own heart just to keep the connection alive. Tired of making noise that only echoes back in the form of excuses. That's when the silence comes in. But this ain't the kind of silence that comes from fear or confusion. No, this is the kind of silence that says, I've said all I needed to say. I've felt all I can feel, and now I choose peace. It's the silence that don't need to slam doors or post statuses or announce your exit. It's the kind that moves quietly and leaves a loud impact. Because here's the truth. When a woman falls silent, it shakes the ground more than any outburst ever could. That man may not have flinched when you cried. He may not have listened when you spoke, but your silence, that's what gets his attention. That's when the questions start creeping into his mind. Why isn't she calling? Why hasn't she checked on me? Did she really leave this time? See, your tears were familiar. Your voice was background noise, but your silence, that's unfamiliar territory. That's when he starts realizing that you were never the weak one. You were the one who kept trying. Letting your silence speak doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you've learned how to care without compromising yourself. It means you're no longer willing to fight battles that only leave scars on your soul. You start choosing your peace over your pain. You learn that the louder you scream, the less they hear. But when you fall silent, they start to feel every ounce of what they ignored. They hear the echo of your absence in the spaces where your presence used to be. And that silence, it holds truth. It holds every "I'm tired" you didn't say, every "this hurts" you kept inside, every "you're losing me" that he brushed off. It speaks on your behalf, and you don't need volume to be powerful. Silence is strength because it shows you've detached your voice from someone who doesn't deserve to hear it anymore. It shows that you understand your energy is sacred and it should be spent on people who see, hear, and value you the first time without needing a storm to get their attention. You may have cried in private. You may have prayed for change. You may have tried to hold everything together even while it was falling apart, but at some point you stopped doing the emotional labor for both of you. And the moment you stop talking, stop explaining, stop reacting, that's when you regain your power. He'll notice it. He'll sit in that silence and realize it's louder than any argument, any conversation, any tear you ever shed. Because now he has to sit with himself. No more distractions, no more emotional outbursts he can blame on you, just silence. And everything it represents, your silence becomes the mirror he never wanted to look into. And if he doesn't see his reflection in that mirror and regret the way he mishandled you, then he was never capable of loving you right in the first place. But you, queen, you chose a higher path. You chose not to lose yourself trying to prove yourself. You chose healing over noise. And though the silence may feel heavy at first, it becomes your freedom. It becomes your clarity. It becomes your voice, one that no longer needs to be raised to be heard. Because the most powerful message a woman can ever send is when she stops speaking and simply lets the silence say it all. Sometimes the hardest thing to accept is that not everything or everyone is meant to stay in your life. You can love someone with everything in you, see a future with them, pray over them, build with them in your mind, and still they can leave. Or worse, they can stay physically, but their heart's no longer present. They go cold, they go distant, and you feel yourself doing more to hold things together than you should ever have to. But let me tell you something real and raw. You don't have to chase anyone who's not aligned with your destiny. You don't have to beg someone to stay where God already told them to go. We get so wrapped up in potential and how it started and how much time we've already invested. We convince ourselves that if we just hold on a little longer, love a little harder, give a little more, maybe, just maybe, they'll finally see our worth. But love was never designed to be a race where you chase and someone else keeps running. That's not love. That's emotional exhaustion. Chasing someone who's pulling away is like trying to catch the wind. It's endless, and you lose yourself in the process. Because every time you chase, you give a piece of yourself away. A little more dignity, a little more peace, a little more self-worth. You start reshaping yourself to be more likable, more convenient, less confrontational. You start walking on eggshells, silencing your needs, lowering your standards, all for someone who wouldn't even break a sweat to meet you halfway. The truth is, when someone really wants to be in your life, you won't have to chase them. They'll show up. They'll call. They'll put in effort. They'll speak with clarity. They'll choose you with intention. You won't have to guess how they feel. You won't have to keep asking them what's wrong. You won't feel like loving them is a full-time job that leaves you emotionally bankrupt. But when it's not right, when their presence is inconsistent, when their words don't match their actions, when you keep waiting for them to become someone they promised they'd be, that's your sign. That's God whispering, this ain't it. And yes, walking away from what you wanted is painful. It hurts. It feels like failure. But holding on to something that's slipping through your fingers is more damaging. It eats at your spirit. It creates doubt. It clouds your judgment. And you start thinking the problem is you, when really the problem is you're trying to build a future with someone who was only meant to be a lesson. Letting go doesn't mean you didn't love. It means you loved enough to know when love wasn't being returned. It means you're brave enough to choose yourself, even with a broken heart. It means you trust that what's meant for you will never require you to lose yourself trying to keep it. And here's the thing, when you stop chasing, when you release what's not rooted, when you finally let go of that forced connection, that's when clarity comes. That's when peace finds you. That's when your glow returns, because your heart is no longer tied to someone who couldn't see your value. And in that space, you make room for something real, something mutual, something you don't have to chase because it walks beside you. So let them go, let them drift, let them do what they need to do. If it's meant, it'll align. But if it's not, trust that you're not losing, you're being redirected. You're not abandoned, you're being protected. Sometimes the unanswered prayers, the rejections, the silence, that's grace in disguise. That's your soul being pulled out of places it was never meant to stay. You were never meant to chase what wasn't yours to begin with. The love that's for you will not play hide and seek. It'll stand firm. It'll pour into you as you pour back. And most of all, it will never make you feel like you have to prove you're worthy of being kept, because the right one will already know. There's a pain a man can brush off easily when she's still there, when he knows she still loves it, when he knows she's just a phone call away, still hoping, still holding on. He can ignore her tears, dismiss her questions, downplay her needs, and still feel like he's in control. Why? Because she's still present, still available, still waiting for him to show up in the way she deserves. He doesn't take her seriously, not because he's weak, but because he thinks her love is guaranteed. But when she finally pulls away, when she finally detaches emotionally, when her energy is no longer his to feed off of, that's when regret comes creeping in. And it don't come quietly. It comes hard. It comes heavy. It comes late. See, when a woman starts glowing without him, it shakes him in ways he never expected, because now She ain't crying.